here's a hard truth. Once you hit 60, your vision and your brain don't just slow down, they start dragging each other down. Harvard researchers found that older adults with even mild vision loss had a 30% higher risk of memory decline. That's not a coincidence, that's biology. When your eyesight fades, your brain works overtime just to process what you're seeing. That means less brain power for memory, decision-making, and focus. And if you've been feeling foggy lately or struggling to stay sharp, it might have less to do with age and more to do with your eyes. I'm Dr. James Porter, and I've seen this play out in thousands of my patients. The good news is, you can interrupt that cycle. You don't need pills, surgeries, or overpriced brain powders, just for fruits. Simple, natural, powerful fruits that work with your body, especially while you sleep. This isn't some exotic superfood list. These are fruits you've seen at the grocery store your whole life, but most people have no idea how they work together to boost focus and clear up your vision overnight. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I make these videos for people like you who want straight answers and real solutions. Let's get right into the first fruit. It's small, it's dark, and it's been used in brain and eye studies from the US all the way to Japan. It's the mighty blueberry. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you ate blueberries? Not just a handful once in a while, but regularly, with purpose. Because this fruit isn't just a snack. It's brain and eye nutrition in its purest form. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins. These are plant compounds that give the berries their dark blue color, but more importantly, they increase blood flow to the brain and the retina. Think of them as a team of tiny couriers delivering more oxygen and nutrients to the exact places that need them most. This increased blood flow helps clear away cellular waste that can cloud your thinking and your vision. Studies have shown that regular consumption of blueberries can improve memory function and even help your eyes adapt better to changes in light. So whether you toss them in your morning oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or just enjoy a bowl on their own, making blueberries a daily habit is a powerful first step. Now for our second fruit, and this one might surprise you, it's the humble avocado. Yes, technically it's a fruit, a single-seeded berry to be exact. It's a powerhouse for your brain-eye connection. Avocados are loaded with healthy monounsaturated fats. These fats are crucial for building and maintaining healthy brain cells. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, so providing it with the right kind of fat is like giving a construction crew high-quality building materials. But that's not all. Avocados are also packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants that are concentrated in the macula of your eye. The macula is responsible for your sharp central vision, the kind you use for reading, driving, and recognizing faces. Lutein and zeaxanthin act like internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light and protecting your delicate eye cells from damage. The amazing thing about avocados is that the healthy fats they contain actually help your body absorb these antioxidants. Not just from the avocado itself, but from other foods you eat with it. So adding some sliced avocado to your salad isn't just delicious, it's making the entire salad healthier for your eyes. Moving on to fruit number 3, and it's a classic, the orange. We all know oranges for their vitamin C, which is a fantastic antioxidant that helps protect cells throughout your body from damage. But for our purposes, vitamin C plays a very specific and vital role. It's essential for the health of the blood vessels in your eyes. Strong, flexible blood vessels mean better circulation and nutrient delivery to the retina. But the real magic of oranges for the brain-eye connection lies in compounds called flavonoids, particularly one named hesperidin. Hesperidin has been shown in studies to improve blood flow to the brain. Better blood flow means more oxygen, which is critical for cognitive functions like memory and quick thinking. It helps neurons communicate more effectively, so when you enjoy an orange, you're not just getting a dose of vitamin C. You're supporting the entire vascular system that connects your brain and eyes, ensuring both organs get the steady supply of oxygen and nutrients they need to function at their best. Forget the juice, which is often full of sugar. Eating the whole fruit gives you the fiber and the full spectrum of nutrients. And that brings us to our fourth and final fruit, a true superstar for nighttime repair, the tart cherry. Not the sweet ones you typically snack on, but the sour variety, often sold frozen, dried, or as a juice concentrate. Tart cherries are one of nature's best sources of melatonin. Now, you might think of melatonin just for sleep, but it's much more than that. It's a potent antioxidant that's particularly active in the brain and eyes while you rest. During sleep, your body goes into repair mode. Melatonin helps protect your brain cells from oxidative stress that builds up during the day, a process linked to age-related cognitive decline. At the same time, it helps protect the cells in your retina, which are under constant stress from light exposure. A study in the Journal of Pineal Research found that melatonin plays a key role in protecting retinal photoreceptor cells. So, having a small glass of tart cherry juice or a handful of dried tart cherries before bed does, and just help you sleep better. It fuels the critical overnight repair process for both your brain and your vision, helping you wake up feeling clearer and sharper. So there you have it, for powerful, everyday fruits, blueberries, avocados, oranges, and tart cherries. Think of them as a team. Blueberries boost blood flow with anthocyanins. Avocados provide healthy fats, and the E-protecting duo of lutein and zeaxanthin. Oranges strengthen your blood vessels with vitamin C and flavonoids, and tart cherries deliver the melatonin needed for overnight repair. You don't have to eat all of them every single day, but incorporating them into your weekly routine can make a profound difference. Start with one or two, maybe blueberries in your yogurt and an orange for an afternoon snack. Then add in some avocado with your lunch. The key is consistency. This isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term strategy for protecting your two most precious assets, your mind and your sight. The connection between what you eat and how you see and think is undeniable. By making these simple, delicious changes, you are taking active control of your cognitive and visual health. Which of these fruits are you going to add to your diet first? Have you ever forgotten where you put your keys, or struggled to read a menu in a dimly lit restaurant? These little moments can be frustrating, and as we get older, they can feel a little more frequent. What if I told you a simple, delicious fruit could be a powerful ally in keeping your mind sharp and your vision clear? I'm talking about blueberries, nature's little brain and eye boosters. Today, we're rediving deep into the science behind how these tiny berries can have a massive impact on your health, protecting two of our most precious assets, our memory and our sight. So, what's the secret inside these little blue gems? It all comes down to a group of powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins. These are the compounds that give blueberries their deep, rich color. But they do so much more than just make the fruit look good. Anthocyanins are like a first-class maintenance crew for your body's circulatory system. They work by strengthening the walls of your blood vessels and making them more flexible. Think of it like upgrading old rigid pipes to new pliable ones. This allows blood to flow more freely and efficiently throughout your entire body. Now, why is this improved blood flow so crucial for your brain and eyes? Let's start with the brain. Deep inside your temporal lobe is a seahorse-shaped structure called the hippocampus. This is the command center for your memory and learning. Just like any other part of your body, the hippocampus needs a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to function at its best, and it gets these from your bloodstream. When blood flow is restricted, the neurons in your hippocampus don't get the fuel they need. This can lead to that brain fog feeling, difficulty concentrating, and trouble recalling information. This is where blueberries come in. By improving blood flow, the anthocyanins ensure that your brain, and specifically your hippocampus, gets a rich supply of everything it needs to thrive. More oxygen and nutrients mean healthier, more efficient neurons. This translates directly into better focus, sharper memory, and an enhanced ability to learn new things. It's not just about short-term benefits either. This improved neuronutrition can also help protect your brain against age-related cognitive decline, keeping your mind agile for years to come. But don't just take my word for it. The science is compelling. A landmark study from 2012 published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry looked at this very thing. Researchers took a group of older adults and had them drink wild blueberry juice every day for 12 weeks. The results were astounding. Not only did the participants report significant improvements in their memory, but they also showed a reduction in depressive symptoms. What's even more incredible is what the researchers saw when they looked inside their brains. Brain scans revealed increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for complex thought and decision-making. This wasn't just a feeling. It was a real, measurable change in brain function, all from a simple fruit juice. Your eyes, particularly the retina at the back, are incredibly complex and metabolically active. The retina is packed with photoreceptor cells that are constantly working to process light and send signals to your brain. This process requires a tremendous amount of energy, and you guessed it, a constant rich supply of blood. The tiny capillaries that feed the retina are some of the most delicate in the entire body. If blood flow here is compromised, it can lead to serious vision problems. The anthocyanins in blueberries are just as beneficial for these tiny vessels as they are for the larger ones. They help maintain the integrity and flexibility of the retinal capillaries, ensuring your photoreceptor cells are well nourished. This is especially important as we age, when conditions like age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, become more common. AMD affects the macula, the central part of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. It's what allows you to read, drive, and recognize faces. A fascinating study from South Korea in 2015 looked at the effects of blueberries on people over 60 who were already suffering from AMD. The participants took a blueberry supplement daily. The results were remarkable. It showed measurable improvements in two key areas: contrast sensitivity and retinal recovery time. In simple terms, this means they found it easier to see clearly in low-light conditions and to distinguish objects from their background. Their eyes also recovered faster after being exposed to bright light. For seniors who were struggling with everyday tasks due to their vision, this was a genuine, life-changing improvement, achieved without invasive medical procedures. Let me share a quick story to put this into perspective. One of my patients, Paul, who is 72, used to describe his mornings as a blur. He'd say it's like waking up in a fog that doesn't lift for hours. I'd stumble around, my head feeling fuzzy, and I'd squint at the newspaper, unable to make out the words. He was frustrated and worried that this was just his new normal. He'd misplace his glasses, forget appointments he'd just made, and avoid driving at dusk because the headlights seemed overwhelmingly bright. His world was literally and figuratively getting dimmer. He talked about his diet, and I suggested he start incorporating a cup of blueberries into his daily routine. He was skeptical but willing to try anything. Started adding them to his morning oatmeal and blending them into a smoothie for an afternoon snack. About 2 months later, Paul came back to my office with a completely different energy. He was smiling. He told me the morning fog had lifted. He felt sharper, more alert. He was enjoying his newspaper again, and he even started doing the daily crossword puzzle, something he'd given up on years ago, said. It's like someone turned the lights back on in my head and in my eyes. Paul's story isn't unique. I've heard countless similar experiences from people who have made blueberries a regular part of their lives. It's a simple, enjoyable change that can yield profound results. The beauty of it is its simplicity. You don't need a prescription or a complicated regimen, just a handful of delicious berries. So, how can you easily get more of this goodness into your diet? It's easier than you think. Fresh blueberries are fantastic when they're in season. A cup a day is a great goal. Add them to your yogurt, cereal, or just eat them by the handful. But what about when they're not in season? Frozen blueberries are your best friend. They are frozen at peak ripeness, which means they lock in all those beneficial anthocyanins. In fact, some studies suggest the freezing process can make the anthocyanins even more available to your body. They're perfect for smoothies, baking into muffins, or gently warming into a compote to pour over pancakes. And don't forget about dried blueberries and blueberry juice. Just be mindful of added sugars. Look for unsweetened versions to get the maximum health benefits without the extra calories. A small glass of pure blueberry juice or a sprinkle of dried blueberries on a salad are easy ways to get your daily dose. The key is consistency. Like any healthy habit, the benefits accumulate over time. Making blueberries a daily ritual is what allows those powerful anthocyanins to work their magic on your circulatory system day in and day out. Protecting your brain and your eyesight is one of the best investments you can make in your future quality of life. It's about more than just living longer. It's about living better, staying engaged, independent, and able to enjoy all the beauty the world has to offer. The evidence is clear. The humble blueberry is a nutritional powerhouse that can play a significant role in that journey. It's a natural, delicious, and science-backed way to support your cognitive function and visual health as you age. So, the next time you're at the grocery store, do your brain and your eyes a favor and pick up a carton of blueberries. It's one of the simplest and most enjoyable things you can do for your long-term well-being. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this information helpful and inspiring. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more tips on living a healthier, happier life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How do you like to enjoy your blueberries? Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.